Donald Trump's presidency is effectively over. And this time, it's not opinion, it's data. A devastating new poll has landed, and it's sending shockwaves right through Washington. Forget the spin, forget the rallies. Trump's approval is imploding, and the number that should terrify him? 49. And no, that's not the number of days he's played golf out of the last 50. That's the percentage of swing district voters, the ones who actually decide elections, who now say Trump should be impeached. The poll comes from Lake Research Partners, working with Free Speech for People, and they surveyed voters in key swing congressional districts. These are the battlefields that will decide control of the House in 2026, and they are breaking hard against Trump. Nearly half of them want him impeached. 45% say they strongly support it, and a brutal 56% disapprove of the job Trump is doing as president. That's not just bad, it's historically catastrophic. To put that into perspective, Richard Nixon didn't hit those numbers until the end of his second term, after the Watergate tapes dropped. Clinton never hit those numbers at all, even during his impeachment. Trump has managed it in just 8 months into his term, and he's still got over a year until voters get another swing at him. This isn't a slow bleed, it's a free fall. And historically, presidential approval almost never recovers. Once people stop believing in a president, they don't come back. The scandals pile up, the lies get louder, and the fatigue sets in. Unless, of course, you have a national crisis that rallies people like Bush had after 9/11. Approval doesn't rise, it decays. And Trump, well, he is the crisis. So what's driving this collapse? Everything. Trump's laundry list of impeachable offences is longer than his golf cheat sheet. Weaponising the DOJ and FBI as political hit squads, pressuring networks to fire late-night hosts who mock him, demanding prosecutions of critics like Letitia James and Adam Schiff, and now using the US military as a prop in his personal reality show. Even Nixon had the decency to keep the tanks in the garage. And here's the key. Voters see it. This isn't the poll of progressives in San Francisco. This is suburban Michigan, rural Pennsylvania, and purple Arizona. Middle-of-the-road Americans saying, enough is enough. We're done with this pants-shitting orange taco, or words to that effect. When half the swing districts want the sitting president impeached, the presidency is functionally over. Of course, he's still in office, but the legitimacy, it's gone. And of course, the economic data isn't helping either. Inflation's climbing again. The deficit's exploding. The dollar's losing ground, and foreign investors are pulling out faster than Trump's legal team after a subpoena. The so-called business genius is running the US economy like another bankrupt casino. The cracks aren't just political anymore, they're financial. But here's where it gets interesting. This poll isn't just a wake-up call, it's a blueprint. Because while impeachment may be gridlocked under the current Senate, the House map for 2026 is shifting fast. In states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and even Georgia, the GOP hold is slipping. Redistricting battles are tightening margins, and if Democrats flip just a handful of seats, Trump's rubber stamp majority evaporates. So the question isn't whether Trump deserves impeachment. That's already answered. The question is whether voters will finish the job. The 2026 midterms aren't just another election. They're a referendum on democracy itself. Every swing district that flips blue is a firewall against authoritarianism. And if these numbers hold, Trump's so-called comeback tour might just end the way his casinos did, with bankruptcy, lawsuits, and silence. Let's be clear, this isn't about left versus right anymore. Of course it's not. It's about a man who's waging war on truth, institutions, and free speech. And finally, Americans are noticing. The poll just doesn't say Trump is unpopular. It says something deeper. The spell is breaking. The fear, the cult, the myth, it's losing power. And once that grip slips, there is no coming back. So yeah, Trump's presidency may technically still exist, but politically, morally, historically, it's already over. And the numbers prove it. If you want to see more stories like this, click on one of these videos, and please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. It really helps the algorithm. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.